For by faith, leaning on the Lord, trusting in His holy word. Yes. He never failed me yet. Oh, you all sound so good. Say it again. We've come. That sounds good. Yes. Trusting in His holy word. Yes. He never failed me yet. And it's can't turn around. Just the other day. Just the other day, I heard He didn't believe in God's word. But I can truly say the Lord has made a way. And He never failed me. One more time, we come this far by faith. Yes. Leaning on the Lord, trusting in His holy word. Yes. He never failed me yet. Oh, can't turn around. We come this far by faith. Come on, give God praise, will you? God, thank you. We take your seats. We're so thankful to God for being here, but I want to tell you all sounded so good. I'm melodious. It was to my ears. There's something about every now and then singing a cappella, making melody within your heart. And for those who have come in late, our principal musicians that we have are not here. They've been disabled. Sister Sheila, my understanding, took a spill and she's unable to be here. And Dr. Cameron, he's out on school activities. But look what God did. He turned around and blessed us with other musicians who are here. Amen. Jakim, I said, Brother Jakim up there. Amen. And our own drums over there. Amen. And then we got saxophones over there. Amen. And then you had me as your lead vocalist today. Amen. Let's say amen as we hear from the Faith Temple Sanctuary Choir as they come to us in songs of praise. And the next voice you'll hear after them will be Elder Alan Kenny. Elder Kenny has been faithful along with he and his wife when they were coming here. His family, he and his wife united with his church here at Faith Temple. He's been very faithful in coming to be with us in service. Now, I know this, he stays further away than I do. Amen. And not only that, let me tell you what he did. My understanding is he came up here with Brother James Smith Jr. and we had a scene or something. A crack of scene goes over. You know he came in here and you know what he did? He fixed it. And you know what else he said? No charge. Come on, give God praise. Come on, give God praise. And he came and did that for us as we're going forward, and I'm thankful to God for him and his dedication to being with us. And I also saw him, he rode with me on Wednesday when I went to the district convocation. I enjoyed the fellowship then. On Thursday, I hid it out and missed him, you know, and then on Friday, I missed him, but he drove there anyway. Amen. And I looked out and noticed, and there was Elder Kenny who was there for us. So certainly we appreciate him and being here today, and we're going to listen to what God has for us today. Amen. Amen. Now we'll be favored by selections from the Faith Temple Sanctuary Choir. After them, we will hear from Elder Alan Kenny. Let's say amen as they come in that order. Amen. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, we all have gone through things. And we've asked God to do certain things in our lives. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I believe he'll do just what he said. Come on. Come on, put your hands together. I have got my blessing now. I will follow where he leads me. I will follow where he leads. I will follow. I'll go with him. Father God, do thank you for that loving kindness. Thank you for where you have brought me from. You brought us from a mighty long way. Sometimes we thank you and sometimes we didn't. Sometimes we was grateful, sometimes we wasn't. But oh God, you still, oh God, you still love us just the same. Even in our ignorancy, you still love us. Because why? You're a God that understands. And I thank you for it. Thank you for these our people today, for a leader. Yes, Lord. Bless your name today, Lord. I thank you for everything that you have done. In Jesus' name, we love you. And we sure enough appreciate you. Thank you, Lord. Amen. Bless the Lord. Please pray so they don't feel sorry for me. Because that won't help. But your prayers is what we will. Learning not to be in a pity party. Bless the Lord. Because I realize that everything is not going to go my way. In God, it'll go a certain way for you, but it'll go all the way for God. Because He is a keeper. If you want Him to now, you don't want Him to keep you. That's one thing about the Lord. He doesn't do us like our parents would do it. Go against our will. If you don't want to serve, that's you, you know. You have your freedom to do whatever you want to do. And I tried that one time. Thought I was all right, praise the Lord, with my way of doing it. Yes. But I found out my way was destruction. Doing things that I should not have done. You know how young people are. I know you once was young. You may be 35 now, 45, 65, 75, 85. But that's a blessing. I'm sitting there, and you know what? When people ask me how old I am, some don't ask. They just try to guess. And you know when I tell people I'm sitting there, it seems like I'm lying to them. Because I've never heard of my being 70. But I feel good. And the thing about it, I find out the older you get, the more wiser you become, and you learn to govern yourself. And I know I can't get on top of a roof of a house and jump off like I used to. I got sense enough to do that. I got sense enough to know that I can't run as fast as I used to. I got sense enough to know that I can't get on a basketball court and play for 30 minutes hard and then survive from it. But I will tell them to you. And I tell the gentleman, I said, you know what? I said, I don't want to outplay you all, but I said, but I'm going to take a seat for a few minutes. But that was not the case, and they knew that. I just didn't have the strength to play as long as I used to.
You know, I'm learning. I can't now. Somebody told me a few days ago, and it sort of vexed me a little bit, but I got over with it. And she told me, she said, because she remembered me being lively, laughable. And she said, Elder Kenny, you're not as happy as you used to be. Well, she should realize I lost my companion. Naturally, I lost. You know, some people are able to overcome things quicker than others. And I don't envy them. See, I strive the best way that I can. And it helps me. I don't try to copy nobody else. You know? That individual is in their own place. And I'm in my own place. Praise the Lord. But I'm grateful to be where I am today. I'm not ashamed of being saved. I'm not ashamed of testifying that I'm sanctified. I'm not ashamed. I never have been. And I used to argue with people when they go to call me holy rolling and, you know, and all that other stuff. I argue with them and try to straighten it out. But my pastor just tell me, Elder Kenny, just let it alone. It'll straighten it on. So don't argue with people about you being saved. Don't, because they don't understand anything. They don't even know what saved is or what it means. So you see an individual that I'm reaching that point. I haven't reached there yet. You know, I'm not in a hurry. You know, if I every once in a while, if I get up to testify and I mention my love, don't feel bad about me. So, well, you ought to let her go. My intention is not to end it. Because one day I'm going to be out of this, what you call it, moaning. You know, because it doesn't do me any good. God is putting me out of it as I let him do it. You know. Because as others lose his loved one and others, it's no exception to me. I'm going to lose a loved one too. I already have. Amen. I lost my mom. And what it seems not funny, but it seems like when I lost my mom, I felt sort of bad, but not like I do now about my wife. Amen. And I tried to distinguish the difference because she was my mom before my wife. And I said, Lord, wait a minute. But the Bible tells an individual to leave your parents. Amen. And clean your wife. Amen. So it's sort of like somebody taking a knife and just cut a piece out off of you. And it seems like the bottom part is healing, but the top part will always be tender. I've heard people that had serious operations. I'm talking about real. She had a serious operation. My wife had one. But my wife recovered quickly. But the spot where they cut her remained always tender. Yes. I mean, I don't know why, you know. But the thing about it, she got over it quickly. You know, quicker than I supposed her to. Yes. But anyhow, my wife is where she needs to be. Yes. And a lady spoke to me, she said, and it offended me. Some things offended me. She said, Elder Kenny, you were sort of selfish about your wife. And I said, I didn't respond to it. I guess she saw the look on my face, and I was speaking, saying it to myself. I said, why would she say that? I've never been selfish towards my wife. And she don't even know about me and all about my wife. But then, when she looked at my countenance, she explained it to me. She said, Elder Kenny, you said to me one time that you wanted every good thing for your wife. You tried to provide it for her. She said, but now you're acting different. And I said, I couldn't understand. She said, don't you think where your wife is now, she's much better off? She said, Elder Kenny, she's much better off than she was with you. And it's still, you know, sort of stirred me up. And I said, what is this woman talking about? Then further on down the road, I understood what she was saying. Yes. The more I release my wife in my heart now. Some things can be in your mind, but a lot of times they don't reach the heart. The heart is the core of you. It's just like a fruit. The core of a fruit is the seed. You said, well, I don't see that right now. Just keep living. You take the seed, you plant it. If it's a peach tree will grow. So in my mind, I sort of accept my wife passing, but in my heart, I really haven't accepted it. And gradually, I'm doing that. And it's helping me. It really, I can talk about it now without going to remorse. That means that gradually, I am releasing her. I have to do it because she ain't coming back. And I wouldn't want her to come back if she's going to come back in the condition that she was in. And my wife fought her good fight. She made sure that she wasn't a burden to me. And I appreciate that so much. Now I'll get off that and get into the word. But what I'm saying is it has to do with the message that I'm going to bring. Bless the Lord. Let's go to, first of all, Judges, the 7th chapter, I believe it is. Just bear with me. The 7th chapter of Judges, and approximately about 19th verse. I'm going to read about 3 or 4. So Gideon, if you have it, Judges the 7th chapter and the 19th verse. So Gideon and the 100 men that were with him came unto the other side of the camp in the beginning of the middle watch. And they had but newly set the watch. And they blew the trumpets and brake the pitchers that were in their hands. And the 3 companies blew the trumpets, and they brake the pitchers, and held the lamps in their left hand, and the trumpets in their right hand, to blow with them. And they cried, the sword of the Lord, the sword of Gideon. And they stood every man in his place round about the camp. And all the host ran, cried, and fled. Let's go to sort of connect verse and chapter. First Samuel, the 17th chapter, and beginning at Then said David to the Philistines, Thou comest to me with a sword and a spear, and with a shield. But I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defiled. We're going to say, this day will the Lord deliver thee into my hand. And I will smite you, and I will take your head from thee, and I will give the carcasses to the host of Philistine this day, unto the fowls of the air, unto the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel. My thought is, and I'll explain that. How many giants do you have in your life? How many giants are you facing right now? Now, no doubt most of y'all probably read continuously in Samuel, 1st or 2nd. Now, Goliath was not the only giant that David ever met in his life. It was others, but he didn't, I don't think he strode up his men did. You don't know what your giants will be in life, what they may look like. But David knew the consequences of speaking against God. When he was a little boy, growing up, tending sheep, I think everybody should do a little work. No more than raking the leaves, washing a dish, floor, one room. Do something.
Something.
Cook some cornbread. Don't boil on neck bones because you make right. You make butter.
My Lord, don't say it.
I know some of y'all want to talk about that.
Amen.
Put your hand on, hand on it. Lord. Then if you can, if you can stand it, put on a few chickens. Y'all somebody stand. Well. My wife learned me how to clean them things. She said, if I want to eat them, I'm going to watch you clean them. And I said, do you know how to clean these things? She said, yeah, I know how to do it. So now I can do a lot of things that she taught me to do. I can do them now for myself. Everybody should have a testimony about what God can do. Oh, I can. I have so many to you get tired of listening to me. But David had a testimony first before we faced it. He's read the gospel. Did you know that when you are standing before people, somebody see, somebody like this brother here, just had a beautiful testimony. I've heard it before, went to the meeting. Giant, something big is to you is impossible.
Yes.
You look at it and say, God can't even do it if you're not careful. You can become so frustrated. You say, well, I've never been like that. Just keep living. You become frustrated because certain things in your life that you're facing, it seems like you can't do nothing about it, cannot. And almost you'll say God can. But you see, God doesn't work on a timetable like you and I.
That's right.
He doesn't do things to please you right away. But if you go on to know Him, I promise you He'll make you become a pleaser. Because God cannot lie. That's one thing He cannot do. And will lie. He don't have to lie.
Yeah.
I've had to tell Him. And I didn't give Him no colors either. I just said I lied. He said, it's not so good to say right. But I mean, lie can be any color. So the white person tell a lie, they say, it's you and I. Well, yesterday. And I know I used to go tell them so until I practice it. Being good at it. But my grandmama and my mom could see right through me. Mama ain't right. She said, don't say that, boy. You know you're lying. If you want a piece of bread, just ask. Don't lie about it. Oh, how sweet I am. And all that. She said, all that I know, but you don't have to, because you don't too much say that. And she said, I know you're up to something. I said, well, why do I want a piece of bread? She said, well, that's more like it, but you're not getting it. But what I'm saying is, beloved, as long as there are life in your body, regardless of how old you are, you want to have some giants in your life. You may count a 6-foot problem a giant. It may be to you. But 9 foot is pretty tall. You have to look up. Sometimes you have to look up at your trouble. But you can look beyond the troubles and look at God. Yeah. Because He's beyond your trouble. Yeah. You know, I'm learning to face things that are difficult. In my home, I was going to sell it and just get away. Tell nobody nothing. And the next move probably would have been committing suicide. And that's terrible. Because see, God doesn't honor, I don't believe suicide. I don't believe that, man. You say, well, you can't die unless God allows. God allows things to be, even though He's against it. See, sometimes we play the role of strong, and we compare our physical strength with spiritual, and they're totally different. Man. There are even things that physically, I don't know how much strength you got, you can't move. Now, there are people who have went beyond their own strength, and I don't know what happened to them. They said, "Oh, lady one time picked a car up on one side off of one of our loved ones." Now, she couldn't do that normally. A man, I saw him, I didn't see him do it, picked up the back end of a tractor with the wheels in the air, with his brother submerged in the mud and water, with the seat of the tractor in his back. His back was broken, but he picked it up. And he tried to hold it until the ambulance comes, but he couldn't do it. And he had to wear a bag for the rest of his life. But he was not ashamed of what he tried to do. And sometimes we take our physical strength and we try to compare it with our spiritual strength. And that's totally different. Only God can provide you with spiritual strength. Well, things that you cannot in no way, I don't care how smart you might be, you cannot get out of it. Same way about Gideon. God had to show him a minute, or 3 or 4 different miracles before he really believed God. And sometimes God has to do it that way. And that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. God wasn't mad at him. He didn't, wasn't mad at Gideon because he said, "Well, if you put God, you do this and you do that." And God did it. And when he started off, he had 22,000 men, but that was still a little bit less than what the Ammonites were. They had a whole bunch of them because they were different countries. I think 2 different countries with this other king. But God said, "I'll tell you what, if you've got too many, cut them down to 300. Well, divide them up into 3 parts, where the enemy would escape night away." And when they broke these scriptures and blew the trumpet, those people panicked. God will make your enemy behave themselves. Okay. I had a man hated me so bad. I hadn't done a thing in the world to him but live right and tend to my own way. But that's why I like to tend to my own business. But God showed him up before all his people. Because I was going to do something that I had no business to do to him. Something no. That ain't being saved. God can't fight your battle, you try to fight it. And you end up in prison. So I let it slide. He tried to cause a machine to cut my hand off. And it happened that the guard fell down and my hand hit it and bounced, and my hand bounced back. God said, let it alone. Don't mind. Been on the job for 17 years. And within a week's time, they put a note on his desk saying that he was fired. The boy that worked with him, he tried to turn the kid against me, and the boy went to reach to get a paint gun to hit him in the head with it. You know what happened to the next father gun? He got all that cut off. The kid did. And the man went home after he did try to do to me something that was not good. He went home and a storm come up and he had a can of gasoline sitting on top of his tractor. And he was up under it, doing whatever needed to be done. And the vibration from the tractor caused the can of gas to fall on it, and it burned him. It didn't burn him all over, just in half. I've never seen nobody like that. And his skin was blue and purple. And the Lord told me, he said, "Now look, I'm fighting for you." And that man, he got fired, and he became so embarrassed. I think I only saw him once. I believe I did, after the incident that happened to him. And the Lord said, "Look, I'm fighting for you. You don't have to fight. Because you got a family that you need to be with. Don't take vengeance." Because I used to believe in fighting my own battle. I don't care, regardless of how dangerous it was or who it was. I used to believe, because my father taught me that way. But I'm going to show you the goodness that you can have in your home. It's my mom. And she would hear my father teaching me things that was not right. And she would call me to the side after we leave. She said, "Son, let me tell you something." She said, "You talk all this stuff to me. There's no harm in being a coward. It's all stupid. You can walk away from things, but She said, because it is better to know that you're here and you're gone somewhere.
Amen.
And I took more heed to her because I want to be macho. And my father seen up with the right individual to teach me how to be that way. But I found out he was scared of me. One time he grabbed my mom. She weighed about 350 pounds, but just as gentle as a lamb until you get her stirred up. Smile all the time. And he's going to try to impress me. See, because he was my giant. He was supposed to be my hero. But he grabbed my mom. He couldn't quite get his arm completely around her. And he tried to ran backward to pick her up. Some kind of way my mother braced herself. And she told him, say, Alan, will you get somewhere to sit down? I don't feel like rascal. And he was looking in the corner at me and smiling, and I was looking at him smiling. And I said, he need to turn him on or lose. I don't think he can handle it. So my mom got tired of him and grabbed him, found between his legs and picked him up. Brought him over behind the bed, and as he fell over behind the bed, she followed and sat down on him. And I wanted to laugh so bad, but I know he would have. Man, he would have. Then get up and try it again. He wanted to get a little bit taller, real small. And he grabbed again. She done the same thing to throw him over behind the bed and sat on him again. So I said, he ain't nothing like me. He can't even come up. You know. But the thing what I'm trying to say is, beloved, there are some things in our lives that God gives us the ability to do. You know. But when you get to the part, some parts of your life that you know that you can't, turn it over to God.
Yes.
You know, it's no harm in saying that if I don't give it to him, I'll become defeated. Now you take David. David probably no more about probably 5 foot or maybe a little older, probably wasn't even that tall. But everybody else was afraid to tackle this man.
Yeah.
Because they wasn't God sent. You're not God sent, you can become afraid of a whole lot of things. In a way of speaking, you probably could have defeated, but you're afraid. Sometimes one little thing can cause you to become afraid of everything. Some people don't want to drive because they're afraid. Certain foods people don't want to eat because they're afraid. But I believe I can eat just about anything. When I was a little boy, don't say food. And you want to tell me what kind it was. Just say food. Now, if you everybody tell you, my grandma had to put her hand out on my mother. She said, stop, boy, stop. There's somebody else time to catch up. I said, Mom, what you said is food. It's eating time. He said, I know that, but you stay back on it. And she'll let my sister them go ahead of it. And I'll be so mad. They'll sit down and look back at me green. That's what that's like. But some things in life, it takes God to help you with it, beloved. Especially we that are saints of God. David, bless his heart, Father told him, see, sometimes back when my parents would tell me to do certain things, and sometimes I think when people just heard, but sometimes God will be in it. And David was told to do something naturally because of obedience to his parents. And he went and his brothers didn't even like it. Everybody's not going to like your doing, especially if it's from the Lord. People that gets mad at you because God told you to do certain things. And they'll look and say, well, who do we think you are? Who do she think you are? But if God told you, you do it. Because there's a blessing in obeying God. And the Lord spoke to my heart. I'll get back to David. Stay where you are in your home. Because I always hated that word, a coward. Now, old people back then didn't know what that word was, because they wouldn't say, they just say you're afraid. You know. But after I learned, I put a coward on, I changed my mind. I said, I'm going to stay right here in this house where our wife and I live. So I'm not going to sleep with nobody. I'm not going to go to motel. I'm going to stay right here. And I'm going to that bedroom and I'm going to sleep. And you know what? Since she's been gone, and since I've been sleeping in that bedroom, I think I sleep more harder now than I did when she was alive. When I get in that bed, it's like peace. Color. I can't explain it to you. But when I settle down in that bed, it just seems like the outside world is closed down. And before I go to sleep, I smile about some things that she and I used to say and would do. And I tell God, I said, thank you for what you're doing for me. Because, Lord, I cannot do this on my own. Oh! Peace is better than anything. You can walk through hell, I believe, if you got the right kind of peace in your walk with the help of God. I believe that. I believe that you can do anything. Not because you can, with the help of God. You know, because see, God begin to become my everything. Sometimes you might say, well, I pray to God, Kenny, I really do. That's good. There's nothing wrong. Because see, prayer leads you to something that maybe you would have been able to handle or to go through with. And sometimes when you pray, you don't know what you're praying about. I used to, when I pray, I'll be asking for a car and money. Someone said, you need to forget about that. That'll be here when you're gone. Your prayer needs to be for something else. You may not know exactly what to pray about. But when sometimes God allows certain things to happen in your life to get you to pray more. To get you to thank Him more. Now you may not believe that, but just keep living. I pray more to the Lord than I ever have. I pray, but I pray more constantly now. It's not about Lord save my life or bring my wife. It's not nothing about it. I tell the Lord, strengthen me. Lord, do some things for me that I can praise you, that I can say what others might say, oh God, and do that. But I can say He can. And I can truly say step by step like a little child, a little boy, a little girl. He may not tell you, but with his mouth, but in his action, I can walk now. I can walk now. And He'll turn your hand loose, some kids will, and take steps by themselves. So now, with your prayers, I can take steps now. I've been saved a long time. I don't know how long. I don't keep up with it. Because the important thing is, are you living just as saved today you did 30 years ago? Because what you've done 30 years ago, one wrong thing can cause you to miss heaven.
Yes, right.
Some people think they do a whole lot of bad things, but no, you don't. And one thing is denying God. That's worse than anything else we can almost do. But David, from a child up, he learned about the Lord through things that he did. He knew that he couldn't fight that bear on his own. He said he took his bare hand and released the sheep that the animal had gotten. Now, how many people, I don't know if I'm trying anything like that. But David said, I've done that. But he knew he didn't do it on his own. It had to be somebody that had greater strength than I.
Yes.
And he found out it was the Lord.
Yes.
I fished one time bad debt. I thought my borrowing was over with. It was so bad. Because there were things that I tried to do that just didn't work out, but I just kept doing it, and it getting worse. And that thing became a giant in my life. But I learned from a few people about what to do to get out of debt. And get my debt straight. And I did it. And a gentleman that I've been knowing for years looked at me and said, no, the lady did. She said, credit score, and I never even checked it out. I don't even know how to check it. I don't know where to go to the bank or wherever you are and get it checked out. Never did check it out. And she said, Mr. Kenny, you have a great, great credit. She said, it's really great now. And you know, it really didn't surprise me because I tried to do what I was supposed to, pay my debts like I should have. And now, it's not a bother to me. I got rid of it. With God's help.
Oh, yes, yes.
I'm going to tell this and then I will be seated. As I say, there are different heights of giants in your life. Different heights of problems. After my wife, well, a little bit before she passed, I was alone, so to speak, physically. Some of you may believe this, and again, you may not. You may not want to do the same thing. You can have other crowds of people around you, but it's not like a family. You understand what I'm saying? All of the people can be around you. They may not be saying anything to you, but it's not like family. And when your family back away from you, something that you never would have believed, it hurts. That. But I'm going to show you how. I wish I could just really totally explain the thing that happened to me. And usually when things come up on me, I first get frustrated, walk off, a few words that I shouldn't say come off the end of my lips, and I have to go back. But it's good to repent.
Amen.
Some people do things and never repent. Never! But God carried me through it all. I had a small giant, and I had a 9-foot. And through all of it, I looked, and I would say, I wish this was a dream. Because some dreams you snap out of it, you know. Then you say, whew, it was nothing but a dream. But something said, face reality. Don't count what's happening to you just false. It's not real. Don't do that to yourself. Because what you're doing, you're laying the foundation of being hurt more. So face it. You're not going to face it alone. It'll be as if God is not with you. But step by step, God will show you that He's with you. Amen. And I couldn't say at the moment, thank you, Lord. And one thing should have got me down totally. I was already down on something. Is my people turning their backs on me. Just walk away. You know. And I said, what's going on? Something said, you got other things to think about. Just forget about what you do. We'll take care of it. And I said, I got to keep my wife, my love. And I stayed until the ambulance came to pick her up. I was there by myself. I had to take care of all the arrangements by myself. Not a note, nothing. And show you something. The enemy, when he'll try to defeat you, you know, if he can get your mind, you know he got you. But if you can keep your mind stayed on the Lord, nothing can harm you. Oh, it may be around you.
Thank you, Lord.
Oh, come on now. And He wants you to look at you and you're evolving, you know, your troubles are evolving around. But don't pay any attention to it. But you can't do it by yourself. Remember that. You cannot, how much you try. Your mind can't handle it. Somebody went in my house. And it had to be when I was at church. It wasn't when I was working, because they, part of them thought I would show up any time. But when they know I'm at church, I'm there until they, you know, till services. When in my house, took all of my white beautiful hats, part of her brand new dresses, part of her shoes, and then But I didn't pay any attention to it till, I think it was last week. My wife been dead from 17th of August on up until now. And when I looked in, because usually when I go in, hats and pocketbooks be falling, and sometimes I have to get out of the way. But I went in and I wasn't paying any attention. At first, did nothing fall. Everything was sort of skaged, and I said, what's wrong? And I looked up, old top shelf, empty, all except one old hat. Pocketbooks, a few of our brand new dresses that she had now had on in 6 or 7 years. Brand new with the tags still on. Beautiful. Beautiful. She didn't wear them too often, every once in a while. Beautiful. But whoever did went in the house with a key. They didn't break no windows, didn't break no doors, but with a key. And I sort of, when I looked, I said, something said, quit fascinating, you know. It is happening. But you give it to God. Don't take nobody to court. Don't call no police, the police. Just let it alone. Because I already was dealing with one situation. Then here comes something else. No pity, no nothing. And I was standing there and I said, I just don't want to believe when this happens. Something said, well, you can stand there and be foolish. But you look up her, there's nothing up there. Or her dresses is gone. Even took all of the precious jewelry. Every bit of it left the portion that, the ones that she just wore casually. Because she had for about 3 months, she took all of her jewelry, which was expensive. She used little bags. That was not so expensive. She put them in other types of bags. She took care of herself. She loved. She didn't even want me to even go, I talk about some of this stuff. I get to laugh at that. She said, I don't want you to buy it. I said, well, can I put my hand on it? She said, I'm not talking like that. She said, just don't be fumbling around with it. And she lost one ring. One ring. Just one. Out of all the others that she had. And did you know she said one of my rings are missing? I said, Fairy, come on, baby. I said, out of all them things, I can use this one ring. Out of all that jewelry you got. He said, one of my rings. So I put on with it. But she knew her stuff. She's fumbling with it every day, especially nighttime. And you know what? It was under the bed. She said, come in, honey. And I thought something had happened to her. And she said, look. I said, well, look, what are you talking about? She said, I found my ring. I said, come on, Fairy, honey, please. She said, well, you don't have to believe it if you don't want to, just like that. I said, but how do you know that's the ring? Because she said, this is the ring. I said, well, whatever then. I said, I'm glad I don't have to fool with a lot of stuff like that. But what I'm talking about, beloved, you have giants in your life, maybe sickness. It seems like you just can't get over it. I've been with you for years. But give it to God. Yes. And I like to put up, I used to not use the word too much, but I use it quite often now. I promise you, we'll fix it for you. Yeah. Now, I'm going to say this. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, I read that scripture many times. And I love reading. But it's one thing that I didn't know, some verses or scriptures in the Bible, you can read it. It seems like you go back to it, you get a different understanding. I never really noticed that the miracle that happened to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, it happened in the fire furnace, not outside of it. That's right. And then this white guy, preacher, and another friend of mine, which is he has a real good car wash. And I didn't want to argue with him. He said, you know what? miracle didn't happen outside of this private farm. And I wanted to tell him it did, but I kept my mouth closed and I said, let me listen a little bit to what my blood, my friend. He said, no. I said, no. He said, it happened in the farmer's furnace. Yeah. He said, because if you notice, the bands that were on their hands, the fire burned them off. Yeah. The clothes that they had on, the fire did not harm. Not even the smell. Saying when they got outside of the farmer's furnace, that's when the miracle had been recognized, but the miracle already happened in the farmer's furnace. Yes. With Jesus in there. Yes. And when the Lord is with you, it seems like you won't have any problems. Oh, you can feel it a little bit. You ain't invincible. Even with the Lord, you're not. But I went through this situation, and all I could do is shake my head. I said, I should be cutting up. I should be angry. I should be hitting a wall. There's all different types of silly things. But something to recognize God in. God is a peaceable God. Yeah. He's not outrageous. He can get outrageous, but he's not with his children. And then when I got myself, well, get myself together, I said, Lord, thank you for bringing me through. One thing after another is happening to me. But God is bringing me, he done brought me through. Yeah. I'm just feeling the effects of it, you know. It's just like when you get burned, you know. You're out of the fire, so to speak, but you still can feel the burn coming. The effects of it. I know I'm saved. I know I'm sanctified. I know I'm filled with the Holy Ghost. I know that. I don't have to ask anybody. You should know that without asking anybody. Am I still saved? Am I doing something? You ought to know that personally. Amen. You ought to know. No, I can't dance, you know. You just won't get a listen. But I know I'm sanctified. The dance come later. My pastor used to tell me, but he's my pastor now, he used to tell me, don't worry about all that. It'll come to you. When I get to the rain like quality, you think you're losing your mind. And I got to dancing one time, I got so tired, I went to sit down on half for breath. And I know I'm saved. Yes. I thank God for this place that God put my wife and I here. And whatever that I can do, I want to do it from the depths of my heart. And I try to win in the friendship with the guy. You know, but I just want to do it because God saved me. How many giants do you have in your life? And how many you have, I promise you, God will take you through. I got a testimony, and I can tell him that God do it for you. Because why? He loves you. On the sign it said, God loves you. There ain't nothing you can do about it. That's right. And I said, after I read it, I said, that's true. Bow your head, precious Father God, I do thank you for that loving kindness. Thank you for that tender mercy. Thank you for just being God. Helping us when we don't think that we need your help. And we find out in the long run that we really need you, Lord. Without you, we can't do nothing. We can't even take our second breath without you being there for us, Lord. Bless this place. Bless these our people. In Jesus' name I love you. And I truly do thank you from where you brought me from. In Jesus' name. Every heart say will respond. Amen. 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 Would you please stand? By chance, after hearing this message of deliverance, God's moved.